Today human intellect is sparking like never before. Never before this many human beings could think for themselves. Yes? Never before in the history of humanity. Because otherwise, a priest, a pandit, a scripture, something else thought for you. Now human beings are beginning to think for themselves. Whether they're thinking straight or not is another issue, but at least they're thinking something. It's a good beginning, you know, something they're thinking. Once they start thinking, the problem with thought is, it has to be logically correct, otherwise it doesn't go by. Even the most idiotic argument if you witness, people are talking the way they're talking because they believe it's logically correct. Yes or no? Nobody thinks he's logically wrong and continues to argue, he won't do that. He somehow finds a way to make it logically correct. So, once this happens, that human intellect begins to fire like this, even if God comes and stands here and speaks, unless he makes sense, people will reject him. Yes or no? Maybe you don't have the courage to say yes, your children, they are going to reject it. Unless it makes sense to them, they're going to reject it. Yes or no? So once they reject it, it may so happen, heavens will crumble, heavens will fall down. You know what is in heaven? You don't know. Let me tell you so that you can make your choices. Hindu heaven, food is great. Because Nala himself cooks for you there. Nala himself cooks, he's the best chef in the universe. So food is very good. If you're a foodie, you must go to Hindu heaven. In another heaven, in the clouds, white-gowned ladies are floating. If you like that kind of ambience, you can go there. In another heaven, you'll have virgin problems. If you want to encounter that, you can go there. Only problem is, what is the qualification for you to get there? This happened in a Sunday school in Alabama. The Sunday school teacher in his enthusiasm asked the tiny tots, "What do you have to do to go to heaven?" Little Mary stood up and said, "If I scrub the church floor every Sunday morning, I will go to heaven." Absolutely. Another little girl stood up and said, "If I share 50% of my pocket money with my less privileged friend, I will go to heaven." Absolutely. Another boy said, "If those who are in need of help, if I reach out and help them, I will go to heaven." Correct. Little Tommy in the back bench stood up and said, "You gotta die first." So you got to die first, that is the basic qualification, all right? So when you die, depending on your culture, we'll either bury you or burn you or feed you to the birds. One of the things we will do to you, yes? So once you left your body here, what will you do with good food and virgins and all this stuff? These are all problems that people have when they have a body, isn't it? Once you put the body here, what will you do with all these things? We read one piece here, one piece there, we read one tidbit from this scripture, another tidbit from that scripture, and self-help book, this book, that book, all tidbits. But it's not working here and there in small way. On a certain day, a bull, you know a bull? A bull was grazing. Chomp, 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 chomp. Slowly, green grass led him deep into the jungle. He went deep inside. There was a lion who was past his prime and he was having difficulty hunting in the jungle because the animals are fast and he is getting slow. Then he saw After many weeks of grazing, this bull had become nice and fat. He saw this nice fat bull, his mouth watered. He stopped him, found the right moment, pounced upon him, killed him and ate him up. Stomach became full. With great satisfaction, he roared. There were a few hunters passing by. They heard this roar, they tracked the lion down and shot him dead. The moral of the story is, when you're so full of bull, you should not open your mouth. So, the fundamental thing is, at least we must come to this. What I know, I know. What I do not know, I do not know. Is this okay? Yes. Can we come to this much sincerity? What I know, I know. What I do not know, I do not know. Is it okay? Yes. No, right now the thing is, whatever I don't know, I believe. Whatever I do not know, I believe. Once you believe, you get enormous confidence without clarity. Confidence without clarity is the biggest disaster on this planet. Human beings who don't have clarity must at least have humility and hesitation in them. No clarity, but they have confidence. Oh, because see, the nature of human intelligence is like this. If you do something stupid right now, tonight, your intelligence will bother you. Why did I do this? This is the nature of human intelligence. But if your stupidity is scripture endorsed or God endorsed, then you can do the same idiotic things with utter confidence. You don't have to turn back and look. It doesn't matter what is the result of your actions, how horrendous it is, but you can go on doing it because God has endorsed your stupidity. You must come to this, what I know, I know. What I do not know, I do not know. Is it okay? Because I do not know is a tremendous possibility. When you see truly, when you genuinely see I do not know, the longing to know and seeking to know and the possibility of knowing becomes real in your life. Otherwise, everything I do not know, I believe. You can believe anything. If we work hard enough on you, we can make you believe just about anything, yes or no? Yes. From your childhood, if we work on you, we can make you believe anything. Right from your childhood, if I go on telling you, my little finger is God, if I raise this little finger, divine emotions will genuinely overflow within you, yes or no? Yes. If you feel this is too bare, I can dress it up. We can do some things. This happened, I was speaking to a group of people in Nashville, in Tennessee. Tennessee people? Hey, okay. And I was just telling them a joke. In the joke, I referred to God as Him. Immediately these few ladies stood up and said, "Do you believe God is a man?" I said, whoa. I was only telling you a joke. They said, "It doesn't matter, you said Him, do you believe God is a man?" Now this is a big issue in some of the southern churches in America, is God a man or woman? They're trying to settle in this election, of course, but is God a man or a woman is going to become a serious issue in America in the coming years, once the president is on. But in India, we have no such problems. We have a man god, we have a woman god, we have an elephant god, we have a cow god, we have a snake god, we have a crawling one, we have a creeping one, we have a flying one, every kind. Because we are a very wise culture, we foresaw all the future problems that may occur. Who knows who will claim tomorrow what? I was just 2 weeks ago, I was in Uganda. You know, in Uganda, there was this… Some of you come from there? Oh yeah. I was in Uganda 2 weeks ago. And Idi Amin declared, "God is black." I agree with him. Because if a white man can have a white god, why can't a black man have a black god? What's the problem? But these people don't know, because they've never seen God, you know. They saw only the messengers, sons and stuff. In India, we know God is brown. Yes, because God himself landed in India 9 times. You know this? 9 avatars, 9 times God himself landed in India, himself. Not his son, not his messenger, himself. Indians Indians are always very proud of this. God came himself to India. To other places he sent messengers and so wait. So I keep reminding them, that is because God wouldn't trust anybody with Indians. He wanted to do the job hands-on. So he himself came 9 times and failed. 9 or 10 times debatable, but failure is not debatable, isn't it? So, we can believe what we want. Our beliefs may have something to do with our cultural milieu. We can wear our culture. Culture is the color of our life. We can wear our culture, we can be proud of it, we can enjoy it, but culture is not a tool for seeking truth. Culture is not an efficient tool because what you do today, whatever nonsense you do today, is tomorrow's culture. Yes or no? Whatever nonsense they did yesterday is today's culture. Culture is never a conscious process. To some extent, maybe. The rest is all hodgepodge of all kinds of things that many people did, isn't it so?